All right, nephews, welcome to Scroll 47. It's your favorite Unk, and before we even get started, hit that follow button for me. Today is Christmas Eve. This is the Christmas special of the Deep Fried Scrolls. So if you one of the first people hearing this, you either listening on Christmas Eve night, Christmas morning, or the day right after. And look, this time of year is supposed to be special. I'm lying like shit. Christmas been overrated for me for a minute now. I think the peak of Christmas in my life stopped around 13, maybe 12, somewhere in there. After that, it just started declining slowly but surely. And this year, I woke up this morning, realized it was Christmas Eve, and felt absolutely nothing. No excitement, no warmth, no nostalgia. Just another day. And I've been trying to convince myself to care, like genuinely trying. Telling myself, come on, man, it's Christmas. Feel something. I'm straining, I'm forcing it. I'm pulling on it like a stuck door. And nothing's there. I just don't give a fuck. And that's uncomfortable to admit, but it's the truth. I don't got a Christmas tree. Why would I? So I can wake up and stare at an empty living room with no presents under it. That fantasy expired a long time ago. Santa Claus wasn't even real in my house long enough for me to fully believe in him. My parents didn't even let the lie breathe. I will never forget this. I was like 6 years old, asked my daddy, "Is Santa Claus coming this year?" This man looked me dead in my face and said, "Santa Claus, that big fat white man that come down my chimney." Then he went to the back, grabbed his shotgun, pointed it at the fireplace, and said, "If a white man come down my chimney, I'm shooting his ass." And I'm standing there like, what? He said, "Ain't no white man paying for your gifts. Santa ain't real." That was it. Magic evaporated. Thank God my older sister tried to save it, telling me he was just joking, trying to give me at least a chance at believing. But my parents, they never really cared about preserving that illusion. Even now, 2 days before Christmas, they still don't have a tree up. That's just who they are. When they stop giving a fuck, it's loud. And don't get it twisted. They used to care. When I was little, Christmas was different. I remember waking up early, running through the house yelling, "It's Christmas, it's Christmas." Waking everybody up, running downstairs. That shit felt magical, especially when it snowed. A white Christmas, that's undefeated. You wake up, look outside, everything quiet, everything covered, presents under the tree. That feeling used to hit. But my parents played mind games. After I turned 13, they told me straight up, "You don't get presents anymore." I thought they were trolling. I went to sleep that night thinking, they lying. I woke up the next morning, tree empty. I said, oh, these niggas serious. They handed me Dollar Tree gifts, and I had to act grateful. I'm opening bullshit, smiling through it, holding back tears, fighting disappointment like my life depended on it. Then they clapped, said that was Christmas. And I'm sitting there with tears rolling down my face thinking my life is over. Then they told me to go get something from the car. I come back in. PS4. They almost broke me emotionally on purpose. That's how they operated. Psychological warfare. And maybe that's why I don't trust holidays now, or expectations, or build-ups. These days, I don't expect gifts. I don't expect anything. When you grown and broke, Christmas is just a Thursday where you eat food and go home. That's it. No exchange, no magic, just survival. Maybe that's why I keep telling myself the real meaning of Christmas is Jesus, because at least that gives it some weight. I do miss the old Mississippi Christmases, though. Going out to my granddaddy's house, all my cousins there. Four-wheelers, dirt roads, my fun uncle bringing out skeet shooters, fireworks at night, country chaos. That felt real. We ain't been back there for Christmas in like 15 years. That part of life just closed. And nobody tells you that part about growing up, that Christmas gets lamer unless you build your own family. I'm gonna hang with my family today, but it's different now. Back when my sister hosted the Christmas Eve turn-up. That was elite. Hot wings, rotel, freestyling, dancing. No parents, no holiness, just vibes. That's when my family felt cohesive. I miss that. Now Christmas always feels like it's one argument away from being ruined. Somehow, every year, somebody snaps. Like the year my dad and sister got into it over basketball, and she declared Christmas ruined before noon. That's my family in a nutshell. And tonight, I just hope everybody behaves long enough for us to get through it. Because even though Christmas don't mean shit to me right now, one day it will again. So after all that Christmas shit, I went home last night telling myself I was gonna watch a Christmas movie. You know, try to get in the spirit. Try to feel something seasonal. I put it on, and 5 minutes later I turned it off and threw on regular show. And bro, that shit hit me in the chest in a way it never did when I was a kid. Please tell me y'all know regular show. Please don't let me be talking to a generation that missed that era. Mordecai, nigga, that is me, to my core. Overthinking everything, assigning meaning to everything. Wanting life to be deeper than it is. Wanting love to be clean and real and aligned. Chasing Margaret, fucking it up, then dealing with CJ. Trying to figure out what he actually wants versus what feels familiar. That nigga is me. Watching it now as an adult, I realized that show wasn't dumb at all. It was existential as hell. It was about dudes stuck between childhood and adulthood, stuck between responsibility and freedom, stuck between comfort and becoming. And I'm sitting there thinking, damn, I want Deep Fried Logic animated one day. That's the next phase. Not tomorrow, not next month. But that's where this shit goes. Once I find the right animator, or can afford one, and bring these thoughts to life visually, that's when this thing turns into a conglomerate. That's when it stops being just audio and becomes a universe. I used to want to work for Cartoon Network bad as hell. Then one day it clicked. I don't need Cartoon Network. I am Cartoon Network. I'm my own IP, my own cadence, my own weird. If some execs happen to hear this, don't get mad. I'm joking. But also hire me. I can cook. I know I can. I'm just waiting for the resources to catch up to the vision. And that's the frustrating part. Knowing what something could be, while still being limited by money. That tension sits in your chest every day. Then you got the weird time warp that is Christmas week. Nothing feels real. Days don't feel like days. Christmas on a Thursday. That's elite placement. Thursday feels like Saturday. Friday is already Friday. Saturday is Saturday. The whole week is suspended. Add college football playoffs on top of that. Cities buzzing, bowl games, parties, family. It's one of the most aesthetic times of the year, and at the same time, lonely as hell. I know some of y'all listening to this are in the military, away from home, away from family. Feeling that quiet loneliness. Don't trip. I'm lonely too. Different flavor, same emptiness. That's life. And speaking of insanity, I went down a YouTube rabbit hole watching Navy SEAL documentaries. Bro, them niggas are not human. 80% quit. Hell week alone sounds like torture. 15 pounds of swelling just from inflammation. Can't walk, can't climb, can't think. Then you got niggas like David Goggins doing 3 hell weeks in 1 year. What the fuck is wrong with you? Some people are genuinely wired different. Psychotic even. And I say that respectfully. Same with Diamond Jim and them lifting niggas. Training to the point of self-annihilation. And don't get me wrong, I respect mental toughness. I respect discipline. But there's a thin line between discipline and self-harm, disguised as virtue. I played college football. That shit almost killed me. I hated workouts, hated waking up at 5 a.m., hated feeling my soul leave my body daily. I looked the best I ever did physically. But mentally, I was dying. There's a difference between working out and training. Working out is moving your body. Training is trying to break yourself and rebuild. You don't need to live in hell to be strong. Some people just got demons they outrun by hurting themselves on purpose. And speaking of demons, I did some bad shit yesterday. I was at the barbershop, feeling myself. Fresh cut incoming. Ego up, and there's a nigga that hates my guts because I smashed a girl he loved. I didn't even know he was sitting next to me. I'm talking reckless to my barber, who's basically my therapist, saying wild shit about smashing this girl all over the house. Whole time, that nigga is right there. I didn't realize it until he spun the chair. And I said, ah, shit. I probably activated every wound he has, and I deserve punishment for that. Real talk. Sometimes when I do foul shit, I imagine a slave master with a whip cracking my back like bad unk. Because I knew better. That was ego. That was cruelty. That was unnecessary. And the crazy part, me and my barber were literally talking about wounds, about exes, about how people imprint on each other, how we trigger shit in each other, even unintentionally. And here I am, reopening someone else's wound just because I felt hot. God humbled me immediately. I went home, made breakfast, and my stomach punished me for 6 hours straight. Laid up on the couch clutching my gut like a Victorian child. That was my lash, and I accepted it. Then today, Christmas Eve jealousy kicked in. That girl from Memphis, my country princess. Her nigga posted them together. Cute, matching vibes. Christmas mirror pic. And jealousy shot through my veins like venom. I watched that story 5 times, felt like that Yu-Gi-Oh meme. It should have been me, not him. But then, clarity. Sometimes the best man wins. Sometimes timing isn't on your side. Sometimes you weren't ready yet. And that's life. Still hurt though. I ain't gonna pretend it didn't. Anyways, let me tell you a Christmas story to end this scroll the right way. Not no Hallmark shit. This hood folklore. DFL scripture. So boom, there was a nigga named Donatello. Not the Ninja Turtle, just a South Memphis hood nigga with a taper fade and questionable morals. Donatello lived by the Memphis code, making easy money pimpin' hoes in style. That's all he knew. So Christmas Eve, Donatello walking home, hands in his pockets, planning on robbing somebody. Gently, since it was the holidays. You see this homeless nigga under a streetlight. Whole body dusty, but the shoes? Crispy. Brand new Gamma 11s. Donatello squints. Ain't no way God gave you them hoes. He walks up and says, "Hi, bruh, take them shoes off before I blow your ass off." Homeless man looks up, too calm, like he spoiled the movie and already knows the ending. "You sure you want to do that, son?" Before Donatello can respond, the shoes stand up by themselves and punch him dead in the nose. Donatello stumbling like a newborn deer. "Hi, bruh, what the hell?" Homeless Santa says, These the Airclaws 12S Santa prototypes. They don't play about disrespect. The shoes tag Donatello again, just to make the point. Donatello throws his hands up. I'm sorry. Damn, I ain't know. Santa picks Donatello up by the collar and says, You got survival, but you don't got no sense. Then he reaches in his coat, pulls out a little gift, and slaps it into Donatello's hands. Here, lesson 1. You can't take everything you see. Sometimes you gotta give. Donatello confused as hell. Give this to who? Santa nods toward a skinny man at a bus stop, shivering. That one. Go reverse rob him. Donatello sighs, walks over and says, Aye, bitch. Take this before I pop your ass. Skinny man opens it and breaks, crying hard, chest shaking. My son been wanting this for years. I ain't had the money. Do you know what it's like to disappoint your kid? And that's when it hit Donatello. Flashback. Little Donatello, 8 years old, sitting on a crusty couch. It's Christmas morning. Tree leaning like it's tired of living. Donatello asks his daddy, Daddy, what you get me? His daddy holds out his hand, empty. Big dramatic reveal. This, then slaps Donatello right across the face, smack echoing through the projects like a gunshot. That's what I got for your ass. Toughen up. Back to present day. Bus stop, skinny man crying into the gift. And Donatello feels something crack inside him. Because this time, someone's father wasn't empty-handed. This time, a kid wasn't getting slapped with nothing. This time, Donatello put something in a man's hands instead of taking from them. For the first time in his life, he broke the cycle. Donatello wipes his eyes fast like, Nah, I ain't crying. But he is, just a little. He turns around to thank the homeless dude. But he gone. Only thing left? The shoes. Sitting nice and neat, like they saying, try robbing a nigga again. We'll be back. Donatello walks home different. Lighter, like somebody reset his stats. For 3 days, he's a good person. On the 4th day, he tries to give another gift, except this nigga thinks it's a setup, and shoots Donatello dead. Donatello lying there smiling like, well, at least I did one thing right. But hold on, this ain't the end. Santa saw it all, called Jesus like, aye, handle that. Jesus pulls up, resurrects Donatello, pats him on the back. Good job, my boy. Donatello quits robbing, starts giving, and lives happily ever after. Amen. Merry Christmas. I hope y'all enjoyed that story, cause I literally just made that shit up. Anyways, that's all I got for y'all today. With that being said, keep God first. Be a real nigga. And don't stop, because once you stop, your dreams stop. Unc loves you. Have a good day or night, nephew. Merry Christmas.